If you make around $70K a year and want to buy a house, chances are high interest rates have probably made it seem pretty impossible. But I'm about to show you how you can get into a home with no down payment, taking home $365 a month more in your paycheck using a little known tax credit, and live in your home for free. Yes, all of these things are totally possible. I promise it's not too good to be true. Just make sure to watch until the end so you don't miss anything. Most of my clients in this situation are younger and single at the start of their careers, and now that they've got some steady income, the next logical step is buying the home. They know that buying a home is the first step to building real lasting wealth, but they don't have any money saved, and they also don't want to spend half of their monthly income just to have a home. If this sounds like your situation, then this is the video for you. My name is Michael. I own a local real estate brokerage here in the Dallas area, and if you're looking to make a move in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every single one of these yellow dots on the map find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. My contact info is in the description below. Okay, so today we're discussing a concept that's been around in the real estate world for a while, known as house hacking. There are many different ways to do it, and we'll discuss a few different versions, but the overall idea is to figure out a way to have someone else pay part or all of your mortgage. By making small sacrifices today, you'll end up decades ahead financially. Keep in mind, this can be temporary if you want it to be. Eventually, interest rates will improve enough where you can refinance down and bring your mortgage payment low enough, or you'll get married and now you've got two incomes. But several of my clients have just continued this lifestyle, and now they're on their third or fourth house, building wealth for their future family, all on a $70K a year salary. So first, let's talk about financing. In this income bracket, you're looking realistically under $350K, at least while rates are in the sixes. But there are actually a lot of things you qualify for that will help you. As mentioned, there's a tax credit here in Texas that you'll qualify for. And long story short, if you buy a $350K home at 3% down, you will literally now, overnight, take home an extra $365 more in your paycheck. This is money that you otherwise would have paid to the government as taxes. Instead, now, just because you bought a home, they're letting you keep that money because they want to promote home ownership. They want to help you buy a home. And as far as down payment, at this price point and this income bracket, there's actually one bank that will give you the 3% down payment and pay for your closing costs. I've actually had a client who closed on a duplex and only had to bring $144 to the closing table. For more information on either of these programs, give me a call. So already, right out the gate, you're taking home $365 a month more in your paycheck, and you're getting in a house for little to no cash. But now let's get into the actual house hacking. Your first option is buy a duplex. This one is obvious. You're buying 2 units on one loan with a low 3.5% down payment. So let's say your payment is $2,500 a month, and you can rent the other side of your duplex for half of that, so $1,250 a month. Right out the gate, now you're only spending $1,250 a month instead of $2,500 a month, but you get to own the home. But let's also say your side of the duplex has 2 bedrooms, and you decide to rent out your spare bedroom to a friend for $600. Now, by renting out the room and renting out the other half of the duplex, you're only responsible for $650 a month, and you get to own the home. Your tenants are paying down almost all of the mortgage for you at this point. But what if, instead of renting out the other side of your duplex for only $1,250 a month, could you possibly get an extra $650 a month more using it as an Airbnb? Probably. That would mean your Airbnb unit makes you $1,900 a month, your roommate pays you $600 a month, and now you live entirely for free. But of course, you probably don't want to live for very long with a roommate in a small duplex. Well, because you made the sacrifice of doing that, now when you're ready to buy your next home, you're going to Airbnb out both sides at $1,900 a month for a total of $3,800 a month. Now subtract your $2,500 mortgage from that, and you've just created $1,300 a month in cash flow that you didn't have before. And that's aside from any equity you've gained from paying down the mortgage or appreciation. So now, the next home you buy, if it's $2,500 a month, you've already got half that payment covered by the cash flow from your duplex. So as you can see, small sacrifices today will have compounding effects in the future, and there are a lot of options based on your comfort level. For many of you, you'd be perfectly happy renting out the other side with a long-term tenant and just living for $1,250 a month. But you've got options. The next option we're going to look at is an ADU. What is an ADU? It stands for Accessory Dwelling Unit, also known as a back house. It's the exact same concept as a duplex, but basically if you can find a home where someone else has already spent the time and money building a back house, you then get the benefit of being able to purchase 2 units on one loan and one low down payment, rather than just buying a regular house and having to spend a ton of cash to build a back house. So basically, exact same benefit and strategy as a duplex. And you'll see a lot more of these at this price point as you go closer to Fort Worth, but still something to look out for. Option number 3 is keep it super simple and just get some roommates. A common strategy I help my buyers use is you buy a 3-bedroom home where there is a place that you could easily add a 4th bedroom. I found one of these just yesterday that I'll show you. In this space right here, you could add a 4th bedroom and still have plenty of a normal functional home. What that would look like is closing in this doorway, starting the wall there to here. And actually, this second door is not really necessary. If you were to close that in, you could make a closet space here. So then you'd have a full probably 10 by 11 room with a good sized closet. This one is listed at $350,000. It's in a nice area and it has an easy place to put a 4th bedroom. This home is fully updated. Could you get 3 roommates to pay $750 each? If so, then you'll be living in this house in the master suite with your own private bathroom for just $250 a month. And again, if at any point you decide to get married or your income goes up or interest rates drop, you can just kick everybody out. So this does not have to be a permanent lifestyle. This is just a means for you to get a home, because if you decide to wait, you don't know what home prices are going to be like next year. Option number 4 is just to straight up Airbnb the house. This is literally what I did for my first 3 houses. I would buy a home, put as little down as possible, and then I would just immediately furnish and Airbnb it. I was making $2,000 to $3,000 a month clear into my bank account just from these 3 houses. Meanwhile, I was actually renting a room from a friend for $800 a month. My total cash to get into these homes was maybe 10 to 15 grand each, and that's including furniture, and I would just do this once a year. I actually sold the first one I ever bought 5 years later. I bought it for $155 and sold it for $290 in 5 years, and it had netted me more than $1,000 a month every single month that I owned it. The point is, in real estate, money can snowball very quickly, and even on a $70K salary, you can very easily add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your net worth in just a very short amount of time. But if you stay renting because you're not willing to have a roommate and do whatever it takes to buy the house, then you're gonna miss out on all of it. And I know this probably sounds too good to be true, but it's really not. I personally have done it myself. And if you'd like to hear more about my story and how I did it, let's grab coffee. I'd be happy to share that with you. So what do you guys think? Which of these methods are you most likely to use? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, if you're looking for a home like this anywhere in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. Call, text, shoot me an email. All of that info is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.